This is National Qualifying Examination for School Heads Reviewer, BLOOMS Solo Taxonomy. So ngayon mayroon tayong mga possible test questions about BLOOMS Solo Taxonomy. So this is a review for NQESH, or the National Qualifying Examination for School Heads. So let's start. Okay, this is number 1 question. What is the primary focus of Solo Taxonomy? Letter A, assessing individual student progress. Letter B, group-based learning outcomes. Letter C, teacher professional development. Letter D, curriculum design and implementation. The correct answer is letter A, assessing individual student progress. Explanation: the primary focus of Solo Taxonomy is to assess individual students' progress by categorizing the levels of understanding and learning outcomes. Let's proceed to number 2. Which of the following best represent the 5 levels of Solo Taxonomy? Letter A, unstructural, multi-structural, rational, extended, abstract, pre-structural. Letter B, pre-structural, unstructural, multi-structural, relational, extended, abstract. Letter C, pre-structural, multi-structural, unstructural, relational, extended, abstract. Letter D, multi-structural, pre-structural, relational, unstructural, extended, abstract. The correct answer for number 2 is letter B, pre-structural, multi-structural, unstructural, relational, extended, abstract. Okay, the explanation is this sequence represents the correct order of the 5 levels of Solo Taxonomy, starting from the least complex, pre-structural, to the most complex, extended, abstract. Let's move on to number 3. In Solo Taxonomy, what does the term unstructural signify? Letter E, understanding one key idea. Letter B, understanding multiple interconnected ideas. Letter C, understanding abstract concepts. Letter D, lack of understanding of any key idea. The correct answer in number 3 is letter A, understanding one key idea. Explanation: unstructural in Solo Taxonomy signifies understanding one key idea at a basic level of complexity. Number 4. How does Solo Taxonomy contribute to educational assessment? Letter A, It provides a framework for evaluating teacher performance. Letter B, it aids in ranking students based on their performance. Letter C, it assists in designing assessment tasks at varying cognitive levels. Letter D, it focuses solely on numerical grading system. The correct answer in number 4 is letter C. It assists in designing assessment tasks at varying cognitive levels. Explanation: solo taxonomy contributes to educational assessment by assisting in designing assessment tasks at varying cognitive levels, allowing for a comprehensive evaluation of students' understanding. Okay, number 5. Number 5 of our NQESH reviewer, BLOOMS solo taxonomy. Number 5. Okay, which of the following is characteristics of the extended abstract levels in solo taxonomy? Letter A, grasping simple facts and concepts. Letter B, applying knowledge in new and complex situations. Letter C, memorizing and regurgitating information. Letter D, demonstrating superficial understanding of a topic. Okay, in number 5, the correct answer is letter B, applying knowledge in new and complex situations. Explanation: at the end of extended abstract level, students are expected to apply their knowledge in new and complex situations, including a high level of understanding and competence. Okay, let's move on to number 6. What is the main purpose of using solo taxonomy in curriculum design? Letter A, to simplify the curriculum for students. Letter B, to promote critical and deep thinking in students. Letter C, to standardize the curriculum across schools. Letter D, to accelerate the phase of learning for students. The correct answer in number 6 is letter B, to promote critical and deep thinking in students. That is letter B. The main purpose of using solo taxonomy in curriculum design is to promote critical and deep thinking in students by providing a framework for progressively deepening their understanding of topics. Okay, let's move on. Number 7. In solo taxonomy, at which level does a student demonstrate a relational understanding of a topic by making connection between different ideas? Letter A, pre-structural. Letter B, unstructural. Letter C, multi-structural. Letter D, relational. The correct answer in number 7 is letter D, Relational explanation. The relational label in solo taxonomy, a student demonstrates a relational understanding of a topic by making connections between different ideas, indicating a higher level of understanding. Number 8. How can teachers utilize solo taxonomy to differentiate instruction in the classroom? Letter A, by providing the same learning task to all students. Letter B, by adapting tasks to match the varying cognitive levels of students. Letter C, by focusing solely on rote memorization. Or letter D, by ignoring students' different learning needs. Okay, in number 8, the correct answer is letter B. Letter B, by adapting tasks to match the varying cognitive levels of students. Explanation. Teachers can utilize solo taxonomy to differentiate instruction in the classroom by adapting tasks to match the varying cognitive levels of students, thereby catering to individual learning needs. Okay, let us proceed to number 9. Number 9 of our National Qualifying Examination for School Heads Reviewer, BLOOMS Solo Taxonomy. This is the number 9 question. What role does solo taxonomy play in promoting students' autonomy and self-directed learning? Letter A, it limits students' freedom in exploring topics independently. Letter B, it encourages students to rely solely on teacher instruction. Letter C, it empowers students to make ownership of their learning process. Letter D, it discourages students from asking questions and seeking clarification. The correct answer in number 9 is letter C. It empowers students to take ownership of their learning process. Explanation. Solo taxonomy plays a role in promoting students' autonomy and self-directed learning by empowering students to take ownership of their learning process, fostering independence and critical thinking. Let's move on to number 10. Okay, number 10. Which of the following best which of the following best characterizes the multi-structural level in solo taxonomy? Letter A, grasping a single key idea at a profound level. Letter B, understanding multiple interconnected ideas at a basic level. Letter C, demonstrating superficial understanding of a topic. Letter D, applying knowledge in new and complex situation. Okay, the correct answer in number 10 is letter B, understanding multiple interconnected ideas at a basic level. The explanation is the multi-structural level in solo taxonomy involves understanding multiple interconnected ideas at a basic level, representing a foundational understanding of the topic. Let's proceed on number 11. Number 11, how does solo taxonomy help in promoting metacognitive skills among students? Letter A, by encouraging memorization of facts. Letter B, by fostering reflection and self-assessment. Letter C, by discouraging critical thinking. Letter D, by promoting standardized learning approaches. The correct answer in number 11 is letter B, by fostering reflection and self-assessment. Explanation. Solo taxonomy helps in promoting metacognitive skills among students by fostering reflection and self-assessment, encouraging them to think about their own thinking and learning process. Okay, let us proceed to number 12. At which level of solo taxonomy does a student demonstrate a lack of understanding of any key idea? Letter A, pre-structural. Letter B, unstructural. Letter C, multi-structural. Letter D, relational. Okay, the correct answer in number 12 is letter A, pre-structural. Explanation. At the pre-structural level of solo taxonomy, students demonstrate a lack of understanding of any key idea, indicating a rudimentary or absent understanding of the topic. Okay, let's move on to number 13. Number 13 of our National Qualifying Examination for School Heads Reviewer, BLOOMS Solo Taxonomy. This is the number 13 possible question. So, in what way does solo taxonomy support the development of higher order thinking skills? Letter A, by focusing solely on lower order cognitive skills. Letter B, by providing a structured framework for processing towards higher order thinking. Letter C, by limiting students to rote memorization. Letter D, by discouraging independent inquiry and analysis. The correct answer in number 13 is letter B, by providing a structured framework for processing towards higher order thinking. Explanation. Solo taxonomy supports the development of higher order thinking skills by providing a structured framework for progressing towards the higher order thinking, guiding students towards deeper and more complex cognitive engagement. Number 14. How can solo taxonomy be used to inform structural planning and delivery in the classroom? Letter A, by disregarding the individual learning needs of students. Letter B, by providing one-size-fits-all approach to teaching. Letter C, by tailoring instruction to match the cognitive development of students. Letter D, by enforcing rigid teaching methodologies. The correct answer in number 14 is letter C, by tailoring instruction to match the cognitive development of students. Explanation. Solo taxonomy can be used to inform instructional planning and delivery in the classroom by tailoring instruction to match the cognitive development of students, ensuring that teaching strategies align with students' learning needs and levels of understanding. Okay, let's move on to number 15. Which of the following characterizes the extended abstract label in solo taxonomy in terms of students' engagement? Letter A, passive reception of information. Letter B, active application of knowledge in novel contexts. Letter C, rote memorization of complex concepts. Letter D, limited exploration of ideas beyond the surface level. The correct answer in number 15 is letter B, active application of knowledge in novel contexts. The explanation is the extended abstract label in solo taxonomy characterizes students' engagement as active application of knowledge in novel contexts, signifying a high level of cognitive engagement and application of learning beyond the surface level. Okay, let's move on to number 16. Number 16. How can the use of specific examples of how can the use of specific examples and scenarios in multiple choice question align with the principle of solo taxonomy? Okay, let us read again. How can the use of specific examples and scenarios in multiple choice question align with the principle of solo taxonomy? Letter A, it encourages the rote memorization of facts. Letter B, it challenges students to recall basic concepts. Letter C, it allows for testing higher order thinking skills. Letter D, it limits the cognitive engagement of students. Okay, the correct answer in number 16 is letter C. Letter C is the correct answer. It allows for testing higher order thinking skills. Explanation. The use of specific examples and scenarios in multiple choice questions aligned with solo taxonomy allows for testing higher order thinking skills as students are required to apply their understanding to real world situation, moving beyond basic recall. So let's move on to the next number 17 of our national qualifying examination for school heads viewer, BLOOMS solo taxonomy possible questions. In number 17, in the context of solo taxonomy, what is the significance of requiring multi-logical thinking in multiple choice question? A, it encourages reliance on single fact analysis. Letter B, it promotes the use of isolated knowledge. Letter C, it discourages complex reasoning and application. Letter D, it requires students to apply interconnected concepts logically. The correct answer in number 17 is letter D. It requires students to apply interconnected concepts logically. Explanation. Requiring multi-logical thinking and multiple choice question within the context of solo taxonomy signifies the importance of students applying interconnected concepts logically, reflecting a deeper level of understanding and reasoning. Number 18. How can question cluster be beneficial in assessing higher order thinking through multiple choice question? Letter A, by increasing the number of questions for memorization purposes. Letter B, by reducing cognitive load and enhancing question variety. Letter C, by limiting the depth of cognitive engagement. Letter D, by standardizing the assessment process. The correct answer in number 18 is letter B, by reducing cognitive load and enhancing questions variety. Letter B. Explanation. Questions cluster can be beneficial in assisting higher order thinking through multiple choice question by reducing cognitive loads and enhancing question variety, enabling students to engage with diverse cognitive challenges. Okay, let's move on to number 18. I'm sorry. Number 19. What role does the use of multiple true or false items play in evaluating students' understanding within the framework of solo taxonomy? Letter A, it encourages guesswork and random selection. Letter B, it reveals nuances in students' partial knowledge. Letter C, it limits the assessment of cognitive skills. Letter D, it simplifies the assessment process. The correct answer in number 19 is letter B. It reveals nuances in students' partial knowledge. Explanation. The use of multiple true or false items in evaluating students' understanding within the framework of solo taxonomy reveals nuances in students' partial knowledge, providing insight into their grasp of specific concepts. Let's move on to number 20. Number 20 of our national qualifying examination for school heads, reviewers, BLOOMS, solo taxonomy. This is the number 20 question, possible question of our NQESH review today. Number 20, how can higher order multiple choice question be designed to assess students' ability to apply knowledge in real world setting within the context of solo taxonomy? Letter A, by focusing solely on the recall of specific examples. Letter B, by challenging students to analyze and solve complex problems. Letter C, emphasizing theoretical knowledge over practical application. Letter D, by encouraging students to rely on predetermined rules and concepts. The correct answer in number 20 is letter B, by challenging students to analyze and solve complex problems. Explanation. Higher order multiple choice question designed to assess students' ability to apply knowledge in real world setting within the context of solo taxonomy should challenge students to analyze and solve complex problems, reflecting their capacity for practical application and critical thinking. Okay, let's move on to number 21. Number 21, how can the use of specific examples of scenarios in multiple choice question align with the principle of solo taxonomy? Letter A, it encourages rote memorization of facts. Letter B, it challenges students to recall basic concepts. Letter C, it allows for testing higher order thinking skills. Letter D, it limits the cognitive engagement of students. The correct answer in number 21 is letter C. It allows for testing higher order thinking skills. Okay, explanation. The use of specific examples and scenarios in multiple choice question align with the principle of solo taxonomy by allowing for testing higher order thinking skills. Students are required to apply their understanding to real-world situation, moving beyond basic recall. Okay, let's move on to number 22. The number 22, in the context of solo taxonomy, what is the significance of requiring multi-logical thinking in multiple choice questions? A, it encourages reliance to a single fact analysis. Letter B, it promotes the use of isolated knowledge. Letter C, it discourages complex reasoning and application. Letter D, it requires to apply interconnected concepts logically. The correct answer in number 22 is letter D. It requires students to apply interconnected concepts logically. Explanation. Requiring multi-logical thinking in multiple choice question within the context of solo taxonomy signifies the importance of the students applying interconnected concepts logically, reflecting a deeper level of understanding and reasoning. Let's move on to number 23. Number 23 of our National Qualifying Examination for School Heads Reviewer BLOOMS Taxonomy. This is the NQESH Reviewer BLOOMS Solo Taxonomy. Number 23. How can question cluster be beneficial in assessing higher order thinking through multiple choice question? A, by increasing the number of questions for memorizing purposes. Letter B, by reducing cognitive load and enhancing question variety. Letter C, by limiting the depth of cognitive engagement. Letter D, by standardizing the assessment process. The correct answer in number 23 is letter B, by reducing cognitive load and enhancing question variety. Explanation. Question cluster can be beneficial in assisting higher order thinking through multiple choice question by reducing cognitive load and enhancing questions variety, enabling students to engage with diverse cognitive challenges. Let's move on to number 24. What role does the use of multiple true or false items play in evaluating students' understanding within the framework of solo taxonomy? Letter A, it encourages guesswork and random selection. Letter B, it reveals nuances in students' partial knowledge. Letter C, it limits the assessment of cognitive skills. Letter D, it simplifies the assessment process. Number 24, parang binalik yata itong question na to. Number 24, the correct answer is letter B. It reveals nuances in students' partial knowledge. Explanation, the use of multiple true or false items in evaluating students' understanding within the framework of solo taxonomy reveals nuances in students' partial knowledge, providing insight into their grasp of specific concepts. Okay, let's move on to number 25. Number 25, how can higher order multiple choice question be designed to assess students' ability to apply knowledge in real world setting within the context of solo taxonomy? Number 25, letter A, by focusing solely on the recall of specific examples. Letter B, by challenging students to analyze and solve complex problems. Letter C, by emphasizing theoretical knowledge over practical application. Letter D, by encouraging students to rely on predetermined roles and concepts. Number 25. The correct answer on number 25 is letter B, by challenging students to analyze and solve complex problem. Explanation. Higher order multiple choice question designed to assist students' ability to apply knowledge in real-world settings within the context of solo taxonomy should challenge students to analyze and solve complex problems, reflecting their capacity for practical application and critical thinking. Let's move on to number 26. Number 26 of our national qualifying examination for school heads or NQESH reviewer. BLOOMS solo taxonomy. This is the possible questions. Number 26, how can the use of clinical niche or scenarios in multiple choice questions be beneficial in assessing higher order thinking skills? Letter A, by encouraging rote memorization of facts. Letter B, by challenging students to apply their knowledge in real-world settings. Letter C, by limiting the cognitive engagement of students. Letter D, by promoting standardized learning approach. The correct answer in number 26 is letter. The correct answer is letter B, by challenging students to apply their knowledge in real-world settings. Explanation. The use of clinical niche or scenarios in multiple choice questions is beneficial in assessing higher order thinking skills by challenging students to apply their knowledge in real world settings, requiring them to analyze, evaluate, and make decisions based on realistic question. Parang binalik na rin to kanina kung naalala ninyo. So let's move on to number 27. Number 27. In the context of solo taxonomy, what is the significance of using visual to make predictions or draw conclusions in multiple choice questions? Letter A, it encourages reliance on single fact analysis. Letter B, it promotes the use of isolated knowledge. Letter C, it requires students to apply intercognitive concepts logically. Letter D, it discourages complex reasoning and application. So the correct answer in number 27 is letter C. It requires students to apply interconnected concepts logically. Parang binalik na rin to question na to. So this is the explanation. Using the visual to make predictions or draw conclusion in multiple choice question within the context of solo taxonomy signifies the significance of requiring students to apply interconnected concepts logically, fostering a deeper understanding of relationship and patterns. Okay, let's move on to number 28. Number 28 questions. Question number 28. How can the use of question cluster be beneficial in assessing higher order thinking skills? Higher order thinking through multiple choice question. Letter A, by increasing the number of questions for memorization purposes. Letter B, by reducing cognitive loads and enhancing questions variety. Letter C, by limiting the depth of cognitive engagement. Letter D, by standardizing the assessment process. The correct answer in number 28 is letter B, by reducing cognitive loads and enhancing questions variety. Parang binalik na rin to kanina. Pero sige lang, let us answer and explain. This is the explanation. Question cluster are beneficial in assisting higher order thinking through multiple choice questions by reducing cognitive loads and enhancing questions variety, allowing for exploration of diverse cognitive challenges and perspective. Let's move on to number 29. This is the National Qualifying Examination for School Heads Reviewer BLOOMS Solo Taxonomy number 29 questions. Number 29 questions rather. Okay. What role does the use of multiple true or false items play in evaluating students' understanding within the framework of solo taxonomy? So, it encourages guesswork and random selection. It reveals nuisance in students' practical knowledge. It limits the assessment of cognitive skills. It's letter D, it simplifies the assessment process. Parang binalik na rin to. Ang answer naman nito, number 29, is letter B naman. Ay, Diyos ko Lord, binalik-balik na lang to. Nililito na tayo nito. Siguro, tinatry lang yung ano natin. So, the correct answer is letter B. It reveals the nuances in students' partial knowledge. The explanation, the use of multiple true or false items in evaluating students' understanding within the framework of solo taxonomy reveals the nuances of students in partial knowledge, providing insights into their grasp of specific concepts and potential misconceptions. So, number 30, I think is the last number of this review. So, I hope na nakatulong sa inyo yung 30 na questions na to. So, this is the questions. This is the question number 30. How can higher order multiple choice question be designed to assess students' ability to apply knowledge in real-world settings within the context of solo taxonomy? Parang binalik na rin doon. Marami yung mga binalik nila ng mga questions. Anyway, mas maganda rin yun para ma-internalize natin yung mga possible question. So, letter E, by focusing solely on the recall of specific examples. Letter B, by challenging students to analyze and solve complex problems. Letter C, by emphasizing theoretical knowledge over practical application. Letter D, by encouraging students to rely on predetermined rules and concepts. So, binalik na nga to. So, the correct answer in number 30 is letter B, by challenging the students to analyze and solve complex problem. So, ito yung explanation. This is the explanation. Higher order multiple choice question designed to assess students' ability to apply knowledge in real-world settings within the context of solo taxonomy should challenge students to analyze and solve complex problem, reflecting their capacity for practical application and critical thinking in authentic context. Okay, I hope na makatulong sa inyo yung mga question na nire-review natin ngayon sa ating pag-aaral about the NQESH exam. So, our reference from the NQESH 2024 PH NQESH exam BLOOMS Solo Taxonomy Edition 2024. This is prepared by the passers of 2021 NQESH passer. So, thanks for Miss Iba Kitanyo for these questions. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe my channel. Please share to the teachers who wants to review the national examination for school heads. This is the reviewer of about the BLOOMS solo taxonomy. Thank you guys.